Welcome back. And in today's skills video, I'm going to be talking about the very important skill set of handling objections. It is probably the number one most important skill a successful real estate agent needs to develop. And I'm going to dive right into it in today's video. Okay, first and foremost, objections are not about you. I know I've been through this part of my personal development where it's like, man, this person doesn't like me. They're saying no because they don't like me. That is making the entire process about you. And if it's about you guys, you're going to lose every time. If you can turn it around and make it about the person you are with, you're going to win more times than you can count, because good sales is about putting the person you're with in front, giving them the space. So as you're out there in the field and you're meeting people that are saying no, it has nothing to do with you. Now, it is important that you as a salesperson can turn that conversation around, which brings me to the second bullet point, which is questions equal control. I tell people on my team that you are not allowed to say anything that is not in question format until you've asked 3 purposeful questions at least. And when you guys get this, you're just going to stop talking in general and you're going to start asking questions because you get there faster. The idea that you want to share becomes the person you're talking with's idea, and they tell you what you were going to tell them, and then you don't have to convince them of anything. So get very comfortable asking questions. I think one of the most purposeful script practices you can do with your script practice partner is go back and forth, and nobody gets to say anything that isn't a question. And as you do that exercise, you build the muscle of question asking. I had to overcome that early in my career. And what I've learned is if you think that actually handling the objection is the right move, you're going to lose. And really it is. Ask a question that allows the person to answer their own objection. Okay. Questions equal control. You will lead the conversation by having a series of questions memorized, and eventually you can go off script. But the idea would be you know where to take the conversation. And by being the one asking questions, you get to lead. If you start talking and you give them the opportunity to ask questions, they now have control and they can lead the conversation into a place where you're not comfortable selling. So don't let that happen, guys. Keep control of the conversation by asking excellent questions. Point number 3 goes hand in hand with point number 2, and that is talk less. When you do find the space that it's important to say something in, get to the point and then back off with a question. Use a tie down, which is a question that you ask after a statement to reintroduce the person to the conversation and let them start participating again. Talk less as a mantra. I'm not great at it personally, but I've gotten considerably better. The idea is if I'm talking, I'm losing. If they're talking, I'm winning. So when I go into a conversation, my goal is to talk as little as possible and keep the conversation moving with questions, and have the person I'm with talk as much as they possibly can, because they will end up in a dialogue pattern that gives you the actual variables of the situation. You think it's one thing until they give you the piece of information that allows you to understand what the real pain points are, what they're actually looking for in a home, and what they're concerned about as a buyer or seller. So talk less. By creating the vacuum, somebody else will fill it, and that will give you the opportunity to learn about the person you are with. So talk less. And point number 4, add massive value. That means I've shut up. It's not about me. I've asked great questions and I've listened. Now I have some understanding of what the problem actually is. I get to now shine as a professional by adding massive value to the person you're with. If you can't help them buy or sell a home, can you help them do something else? Is there something you can do at the end of that conversation to give them a piece of value? It could be market information. It could be the connection to the person that they need to help solve the problem. It could be a plumber. It could be a carpenter. It could be a loan officer. It could be a title rep. It could be answering a question that they haven't been able to get the answer to online because it's very market specific. There's a lot of ways to add value. But as I, at some point, will shoot a video here on the follow-up game. The idea is you're valuable first and you're available second. So don't move right into this, hey, I can help you. Move right into the, here's what I can do for you. by adding massive value to the person. Below this video, as I mentioned earlier, is our objection handler. It is a series of 50 plus questions that we're going to help you maintain control of your conversations. Don't lose control, guys. And by studying and memorizing the questions in that list, you will internalize the dialogue and it will become yours. And you won't realize that you're scripted, but you will be able to follow up with purposeful questions to help the buyer or seller you're in front of discover personally what it is that they need and want in a transaction. And when you do that for somebody, you become magnetic. I hope this helps you in your business today. Use it wisely, and please reach out to the team if you have any questions or concerns. We're here for exactly that reason. Go get them.